Hi, welcome to Cooking with Corlan. Glad that you could join me today, and I hope it's as much fun to watch and participate in as it is for me to at least pretend like I'm being with you today. All right, let's make some Moroccan chili. Hopefully you have your ingredients in front of you, and I'll wait if you need to gather them. Great. Now I went ahead and I have cleaned off my vegetables and I started chopping. And I just want to continue chopping. So you know you're going to need carrots, celery, onion. It's a trinity. So go ahead and start chopping. Once you get your vegetables cleaned, prepped, peeled, whatever you want to do. Let's talk about tips for chopping veggies. Chopping onions. How do you do it without crying? Well, there's lots of different tricks that people have tried. I think the most important one is to have a very sharp knife so that you aren't breaking the juices, you're slicing through. Probably my favorite trick, though, is to buy them pre-chopped from Smart & Final. My favorite trick of all. And so let's get going. Carrots. For this particular dish, I peel them. I usually half them lengthwise and then half them again, so quarter them lengthwise. So you get a nice bite. Resembles the size of the chickpea that's really the meat and potatoes of this dish. All right, keep going. Celery, same. I usually cut it in half lengthwise. Like this, and then do a nice chop. Now for your dish, if I remember correctly, you're looking for half a cup of carrots, 3/4 of a cup of celery, and a cup of onions. If mine look more than that, I'm doubling the recipe for myself because this is a wonderful dish to make ahead and freeze. Freezes nicely. And I'm not going to look at you right now because I don't want to lose a finger while I'm chopping. I'm no Bobby Flay. He can chop and talk. You know, maybe someday I'll get to meet him. Oh boy, I hope you're doing well. I really like this dish, this Moroccan chili. It's a staple for our Food Network. And the reason that I came upon it, I researched it, is because we needed a really hearty vegan dish. I don't want to scare those of you away who are like, I'm not vegan, I don't want to eat that. Relax. You can add meat if you want to this dish. In fact, Terry, if you're listening, you could put sausage in this dish. It would be delicious. Chicken would be nice. Almost any ground meat. It's a chili, right? So let's do our garlic. You're going to need a couple cloves of garlic. Again, you can buy garlic pre-minced. I don't like it as much. I use it in the kitchen here, as most of you know that have worked in the kitchen with me, because when you're cooking for hundreds of people, sometimes it's just a little easier. But cooking at home, take the time to enjoy what you're doing. I love to cook, and I think all of you are aware of the fact that I'm no master cook. I certainly am no chef, but I love to cook for my families, my church family, my friends that I call family, and my actual blood relatives. It's the joy in my life, to be honest with you. So being here, pretending like you're here with me cooking is well, wonderful. Okay, so I have smashed and peeled my garlic. Now you only need 2 cloves. So the way I continue that, I do another smash, and then I just start chopping. Because what you want is a mince right now. A mince meaning just a tiny, tiny cut. You can too, another way is to add a little olive oil and make a paste. Just smash it, keep smashing it, but this is good for this dish. Just a nice chop. There we go. Okay, so what we've done here, and hopefully what you are able to do at home, is to get all your stuff prepped before you get the hot pot going. So one of the things we also have done, my lovely assistant, Raina Harrison, who's nice enough to be here to film me today and tell me what to do, because she does that so well, right? I taught her well. Anyway, she has laid out all of our spices for us. And I want to be honest with you, this is the beauty of this dish. Simple ingredients with great spices. I'm going to try to remember them all, okay? So you've got cumin and paprika, and red pepper is like a chili powder. If you're hypersensitive to heat, cut it in half. But I am going to recommend that you at least live a little bit in, even with the kids. It just gives you that warm, yummy, umami in your mouth when you eat this dish. So a little bit of cayenne, red pepper, doesn't have to be cayenne, it could be almost any red pepper, okay? Of course, salt and pepper, ginger, turmeric, and some cinnamon. Again, add some of that warmth to every bite. And it's lovely, and I know that you're going to enjoy the fragrance, both as you set out your spices and when you start to cook them. Oh my gosh, they're going to fill the house, and it's wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to move to the stove now and start cooking. Again, just get your spices laid out like this. You can even just put them in one dish. Could just combine them all. You don't have to lay them out. I did that just so that you could see what it looks like, and it's so lovely. You have your carrots, you have your celery, you have your onion already prepped and chopped, and you've got your garlic. All right, I'll see you at the stove. Welcome back. Let's get cooking. So now I'm at the stove and I have my heavy cast iron Dutch oven here. You can use any saucepan for this dish, but if you have a cast iron cooking pot like this, Dutch oven, use it. They're the best, I think. Put it on your Christmas list if you don't have one. All right, so I've heated my pan. Really important. Always heat your pan first before you add the oil. Otherwise, your tendency is to burn the oil. And then from the get-go, you're kind of ruined. So let your pan heat up. And you're going to go ahead and put your couple tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom and let that get warm. And I think another thing about olive oil, use a fairly decent olive oil. In fact, the better the olive oil is, the better the flavor is. And let's face it, if you're eating for enjoyment, flavor is crucial. Okay? All right. So I've got that in there. Now I'm going to add all my veggies. So we'll put our beautiful trinity in, right? Our onion, carrots, and celery. To be honest with you, I could cook onions, carrots, and celery and just sit here with a spoon. I love them. I love vegetables. And a beautiful, oh, smell that. Yeah. You know, there's a reason that In-N-Out cooks onions. It draws everybody in from miles away, right? Even if you don't get onions on your burger, you still follow that smell. Well, this does the same for me. I don't know if I can tilt my pan so you can see it, but maybe you can. That is a work of art, isn't it? Oh, it's beautiful. So we're going to do this a couple of minutes. Just give it a couple minutes. You want them to start to soften and get all yummy in there. I always hold off, add my garlic a little bit later, let these veggies go in. It has a tendency to burn faster than anything in here already. So let's let that cook. Keep an eye on it. And while that's cooking, you can leave it and you can go open your couple cans of your chickpeas, your garbanzo beans, and drain them, wash them and drain them, and then just have them ready to go. So when the dish is ready, you're ready. You don't have to fumble with stuff. Also, I do want to point out, some of us forget that when you buy canned goods, like our canned tomatoes, really is a good idea to take a nice damp rag and give the lid a little wash off. You don't know where that can's been. And you just, just get common sense. All right. Oh, we're getting a nice little browning of our onions and our carrots and celery. Oh, I love this part. It smells so good. All right, let's throw in our garlic. Remember, we have it all chopped up. Raina reminded me if I'm going to throw freshly cut garlic into a container, add a little liquid to the bottom, whether it's water or olive oil or something. Thank you, Raina, for that tidbit. Can't believe I publicly thanked my daughter. Oh, boy. All right. Now, we're going to let that cook. Cook a little bit longer. Oh, and I know right now, in your home kitchen, as you're cooking this, man, if that doesn't smell like love, woo, nothing does. That's the element that rarely is written into recipes, but let's face it, when you're cooking for your family, whether it's your church family, your friends you call family, or your homespun family, most important element is love, of course. You can always taste if something isn't made with an effort of at least a little bit of love. All right. Oh, gosh. This looks great. Well, let's move on. And I have to tell you, it's another one of my favorite parts of this particular recipe. We're going to take all of our spices. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, let's throw them in all at once. We're going to let these spices cook. So we're going to cover all of our veggies. I'm on a medium heat right now. Yeah, medium heat. Oh boy. Ha-ha. Now listen, this is what you really do need to keep them stirred. Keep stirring because they're going to cling to the bottom of your pan. Don't panic. You're doing it right. Let's let this cook a minute or two. Oh boy. It should look like that. Oh, wow. Once you let this cook just a little bit, let those spices get toasty and, oh my goodness. because you're going to be able to, we're going to add our liquid, and our liquid is going to wash off all the stuff that's sticking to your pan, all that yummy in the bottom of the pan. This is good. It's looking really good. Now, if you're somebody that wanted to add meat to this dish, the way I would do that, I would cook the meat first, pull it out, then go ahead, put a little more olive oil in and start your vegetables, start all of this. And then when we're letting it sit, cook, that's when you would add your meat back in. All right, we're going to add our water. This is going to clean up all the yummy off the bottom of the pan. Oh my gosh. The color. The smell. Holy cow. Okay. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So you have a can of tomatoes. You need to add those. I'm just going to remind you, I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm adding more stuff. You need, a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm eyeballing mine. You can measure. It's okay. Oh. When we're done cooking, hopefully Raina can figure out how to get some close-ups, so maybe we can edit those in so you can see these. Man, it's so beautiful. Again, one of my favorite dishes. It's simple, it's delicious, freezes well for a later date. You can add meat to it if you want, but you don't have to. Right now you have a vegan, gluten-free dinner. What you could do too is serve it with some other yummy stuff, like a naan bread or any flatbread. Oh, let's face it, crusty French bread would be great. Little green salad maybe. There we go. I just want you to know, very proud of you, because we're going to put a lid on this dish and let it cook. You have made a beautiful Moroccan chili. I'm just going to see if I can turn it up so you can see it any better. Congratulations! Alright, I'm going to turn this puppy down to a simmer in just a little bit. Right now I'm going to let it get up to a boil, then I'll turn it down, put it on a simmer, probably about 20 minutes, but keep an eye on it, okay? Bring it up to a boil, just to repeat, then turn it down to a simmer and let it cook for about 20 minutes. And you're good to go. I'll come back and show you how to finish it up for a delicious meal. Let's finish this up, shall we? And then get to taste it. All right. Now, this particular recipe calls for a little bit of cilantro, fresh cilantro, and a little bit of lemon juice. Again, both of these are optional. I would recommend it. You can add it to the whole pot if you want. My favorite, however, I'll share that, is that I just like to drizzle just a little over each serving. So, cutting a lemon, if you roll it around, it helps the juices, get going. So we're just going to cut that and have it ready. A little bit of cilantro, just the leaves. Just a nice, I believe this is called a chiffonade, or just, sliced. It's just us. All right. Super proud of you, those of you that don't cook all the time that decided to join in and try something new. It's wonderful. Oh boy. Those of you who are excellent cooks, thank you for your patience with me. I hope you enjoy the recipe. All right, let's take a look. Oh my gosh. That is beauty in a pot right there. Let's give it a look-see. And I know right now you're going, wow, I didn't know anything could smell so good. Look at that, would you? Just look at that. Oh, yes. All right, now we're just going to do a quick little, couple squirts. A little bit of cilantro. Those of you that don't like lemon or cilantro, no worries. Don't worry about it. The most important part about this dish is to share it with somebody you love, or just have yourself a little private moment, just you and this beautiful dish. Don't mind if I do. It's probably going to be so hot I scream. I'm going to pretend that it's not as hot as it is. Oh man, never fails me. I love this dish. I hope you love it too. All right, until next time, I'll see ya.